May I come in, sir?
Yes, come in.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Please be seated.
Thank you, sir.
Are you vaccinated?
Yes, sir.
We are also vaccinated. You can remove your mask.
Thank you, sir.
Please introduce yourself to the board, highlighting your educational background and professional experience, if any.
Yes, sir. My name is Prabhakar Kumar. I am from Patna, Bihar. I did my BTech in Civil Engineering from MNIT, Allahabad in 2018. Thereafter, I joined in Indian Oil as engineering officer. There I was involved in construction of LPG bottling plant. Thereafter, I resigned in 2019 to give my full attention and focus towards preparation.
You didn't enjoy your job in the IOCL?
Sir, initially I was very excited. The job was really good, sir. But later on, I felt that I need to do something more. Like at that time, I was involved in construction project, but 3 or 4 years later, after promotion, I would have gone into sales department. And sir, I was not very enthusiastic about sales job.
Okay, Prabhakar, tell me, how do you think or how do you feel that your knowledge of civil engineering is going to help you in the discharge of duty as a general administrator?
Sir, in civil engineering, we learn various things like factor of safety, sir. That how we are going to construct building that is safe for general public. In the similar way, like we have COVID crisis, the same thing applies, that how we are going to keep the public safe. And other than that, there are various government projects, sir, like Bharat Mala or cleaning the Namami Ganga project, in which direct civil engineering knowledge is involved, sir.
Prabhakar, you tell me, you are from Patna, Bihar. There is a bridge in Patna, connecting Patna with Hajipur in North Bihar. That bridge has been in distress for decades.
Yes, sir.
What could be the technical reasons for workmanship?
Sir, the foundation and the pier of the bridge are fine, sir. The team
What kind of foundation is that?
Sir, the foundation is pile foundation, sir.
Is it? You are sure of it?
Yes, sir. Well is constructed first, sir, and in the well then pile is formed, sir.
Okay.
Sir, the problem lies in the joints, sir. Like when two spans are connected, then joint is formed, sir. And at that joint, when overloading trucks or buses pass, then the joint is not able to sustain itself, sir. So at the joint, problem has occurred.
So when it was constructed by Gammons India, was there any inherent structural flaw in the design, or because of the heavy traffic which could not be anticipated earlier, it happened?
Both are the reasons, sir. At many other places, the similar design was followed of cantilever bridge, and at other bridges also similar fault has appeared, and heavy increases traffic is also the reason, sir.
Okay. You tell me one last question from my side. Bihar of 1950s.
Yes, sir.
And today's Bihar. What changes do you notice?
Today, sir, I would observe that Bihar has been, for the past 2 decades or 1 decade, has been improving on many social indicators, sir. Like health indicator and education indicator, it has been improving, sir. Besides, even the industrial growth rate has gone up, sir, and in the last decade the growth rate has been in double digits, sir. And I can find many similarities also, sir, like Jamindari system was not very well
Forget
abolished.
About social parameters. Let us talk of industrial growth of Bihar. You have worked in the IOCL. All these industries were set up sometime in 50s, if I am not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
And thereafter, there has been hardly any industrial growth in Bihar. Why this scenario is there in the state?
Sir, after independence, freight equalization policy was brought
These
in.
are all historical reasons, the freight equalization
but it was
policy.
After 1950s.
That's okay. But is it still valid in today's Bihar? Freight equalization policy and all that?
Sir, but today, sir, Bihar is in disadvantageous position, I would say, sir, because it's far away from port, and besides, other than most of the investors are well acquainted with already developed areas like Gujarat or Maharashtra. so they prefer to invest there itself.
But there are many other states which are very far away from the port. Still industrial, they are witnessing industrial growth.
Yes, sir, like Gurugram or Noida. But
You are aware of all that. Then do you believe in this theory? What you are telling us, that to get convinced that is only because
no,
of this?
sir, it is one of the reasons, I would say, sir.
Suppose you are given the mandate to bring in private investment in Bihar. What will you do?
Sir, like I said, sir, that private investors needs to be well acclimatized with the opportunities that Bihar has to offer, sir. Food processing industry can very well develop there. Other than that, sir, in Bihar per capita land is very lesser, so the lands are fragmented, sir. So if the government comes up with some policy that government itself merges the land or acquires the land and then give it to the investors, then land acquisition can become easy, sir. And the connectivity has already improved and it is improving further, sir, in the Bihar.
Okay, thank you, Prabhakar.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Prabhakar.
Yes, sir.
Prabhakar, continuing this discussion about Bihar. Bihar has a huge, as we call it, demographic dividend, which effectively means population. So the only thing that Bihar should focus should be to have this manpower trained. Why the education scenario in Bihar is so bad that everybody who need to have good education has to move out of Bihar?
Sir, there is definitely scarcity of good educational institutions, sir. If I go by higher educational institutions, sir, then none of the universities from state government has been even participating in NIRF ranking, sir. So and even there is only one IIT for a population of 10 crore people, sir. And there is lack of central universities also, especially in the northern Bihar, from which most of the migration occurs, sir.
So why, I mean, the only resource Bihar has primarily is the human resource. And we are not training human resource well enough. So effectively, we are doomed for generations to come.
Sir, but now government has taken the initiative and many colleges are being started, sir. And in the last 1 decade, many engineering colleges have been started, sir. And even in the North Bihar, sir, medical college is going to be started, sir. And central university is also planned, sir.
You mentioned that you like contemporary political development in Pakistan. What are your sources?
Sir, most of the times I read the Dawn, sir, and sometimes I listen to Najam Sethi, sir. He is the editor of the Friday Times.
How will you equate reading Dawn to figure out what's happening in Pakistan will be equivalent to reading what to find out about India? Getting my question?
Sir, you mean what sources one needs to refer to find about India?
India. That should be equivalent to reading Dawn for Pakistan.
Sir, I would say Indian Express, sir.
Indian Express. So, Dawn has the kind of little critical appreciation of what is happening in Dawn, in Pakistan?
Yes, sir, and it gives both sides, sir. It's not pro one party, I would say, sir.
Okay. So, tell me who is the editor of Dawn?
I'm unable to recall right now.
Who published Dawn?
Sir, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, sir, started it, sir.
No, but currently who own Dawn?
Sir, I do not know. I'll look into it, sir.
Okay. If you look at Pakistan, there's always a talk of deep state.
Yes, sir.
Is there a deep state in India? Or is there a deep state emerging in India? Do you believe the religious clergy is in India fast becoming a deep state?
No, sir. In India, the power is very much in civilian government elected by the people, sir.
That's the stated thing. In no country, the power is absolutely with the civilian government. We all understand these things. So it's a matter of proportion. So who is emerging as a deep state, if any, in our country?
Sir, very religious sects on time to time they have been demanding to fulfill their demands, and there is nothing wrong if one or more religious sects have some demand from the government, sir. It is their right to demand. However, if they are excessively controlling the government's policies, then it becomes a matter of problem, sir. Like in Pakistan, they were telling the government to cut ties with the French government and send back their diplomats. I haven't noticed any such thing happening in our country, sir.
Good. Do you believe that if you talk about Pakistan, the refugees used to have the muhajirs, as they used to call MQM and muhajirs. They used to have a sizable influence on the polity of Pakistan, but is it diminishing now?
Yes, sir. There was many conflict earlier in Sindh region, sir, and Mujahids were repelled or they were not thought of as original Pakistani. There has been ethnic clash forever in Pakistan, sir, like Balochis and Mujahids and local Sindhis. They all have been continuously fighting. And right now, the most of the political parties are dominated by the local Punjabis, sir.
This was another thing I wanted to ask. Why Punjab has disproportionate influence in Pakistan, considering it is only one of the states, but there it appears everything is under control of Punjabis.
Yes, sir. Sir, the Punjabis are in overwhelming majority, sir, in almost all the government departments and in the military also, sir. And sir, they have population of more than 60% of Punjab, sir. So they control most of the resources of the government, sir, and political parties are also controlled by them, sir.
Fine, thank you. So,
Prabhakar, you studied in Motilal Nehru NIT.
Yes, sir.
So I think you could have studied about Mr. Motilal Nehru also, as he contributed in freedom struggle of India. There was a committee formed under his chairmanship. What was the mandate of that committee and what were the major recommendations?
Sir, so when Simon Commission came in India at that time was demanding dominion status, but Simon Commission was not in favor of this, sir. So they asked the Indian political parties to come up with their own agenda or sort of constitution, sir. And so Motilal Nehru was given charge and Nehru Committee's report came up, sir. And in it various things like fundamental rights were promised and the preservation of the status of minorities were given, sir.
So what is the effect of that? That means the recommendations contained proposals for fundamental rights. Have these proposals been accommodated in the Constitution of India today?
Yes, sir. Many of those rights are present in our constitution, like freedom of speech and expression, sir, and even the protection of minority rights is there in our constitution, sir.
So if there was a proposal to protect the rights of minorities, why Jinnah objected to certain proposals?
Sir, Jinnah at that time in the 1930s, sir, two nation theory started to evolve from Muhammad Iqbal's speech, sir. And sir, many of the prominent Muslim leaders believed that Hindu and Muslim are two separate nations, sir. So
no, perhaps you have forgot the time gap. Motilal Nehru Committee report came in 1928.
Yes, sir.
And what you are suggesting?
Yes, sir. I'm saying, sir, that it was evolving back then, and the speech came in after 1930s, sir.
There is a paradoxical situation. Through education, we condition a mind to be pacific and be decent. But these cinemas and web series decondition that mindset, and they start a new conditioning of violence, westernized mindset. Do you think we should allow this kind of web series which are entirely based on the Western social philosophy?
Sir, it is good to have view of different cultures. Otherwise, sir, keeping captive our mind to our society itself will just ruin ourselves, like it happened in the past, sir, when British.
So should we allow even the negative dimensions of Western philosophy?
Sir, we already have a censor board, sir. Then it can censor.
Do we have a censor board for web series?
No, sir. Currently, it is under Ministry of Information Broadcasting. And
you worked as sales and marketing officer also?
No, sir. As engineering officer, I was not very enthusiastic about joining sales.
Okay,
sir.
Still try. How do you define a common market?
Sir, I do not know.
And what is a single market?
Sir, single market, like India is a single market. The sellers can sell anywhere throughout the country, sir. But Indian sellers cannot sell in Pakistan. However, if there is a treaty between the two countries to have a common or single market, then the seller from India can sell in Pakistan and vice versa.
Nowadays, Finance Minister keeps talking about capex in their budgetary speech. What do you understand by capex?
Sir, it's capital expenditure, sir.
And it is contrasted to which other expenditure?
Sir, expenditure on day-to-day activities like.
And that is called?
Sir.
Okay, that's OPEX, operating expenditures.
Yes.
Okay, Prabhakar. Nice. Madam.
Prabhakar.
Yes, ma'am.
You have worked in IOCL.
Yes, ma'am.
India has been trying to shift its energy base from non-renewable to renewable.
Yes, ma'am.
Right now, as we see that India is dependent for crude on various countries, and this war in Russia and Ukraine has fled this dependency. We can see how this has impacted India. Don't you think while moving from non-renewable to renewable, we will be just shifting our dependency from crude to metals?
Yes, ma'am. There is one chance if we get heavily dependent on lithium-ion batteries, then we will be definitely shifting from one import to another import. But there are other technologies also which is being researched right now, and companies are investing in hydrogen-based fuel also. Like IOCL itself has signed a deal with L&T and Renew Limited.
But hydrogen right now in its nascent stages as a possible fuel is mostly grey hydrogen, and that would again be dependent on fossil fuels. So I don't think India is actually trying to cut down its dependency on imports.
But we have a lot of solar radiation, and India has been...
Again, for solar we need imports.
Ma'am, but we have been developing capability of making solar panels, and I'm quite positive that in 3-4 years we'll be able to...
In 3-4 years?
Yes, ma'am. Solar panels we have been making very...
I'm talking about dependency. In 3-4 years, you think India will be completely independent for its...
No, ma'am. In field of solar panel.
Okay. Again, 5G has been the talk of the town since some time. But people have not been very enthusiastic with respect to 5G, and also telecom companies are not very enthusiastic. Can you tell me the reason why?
Ma'am, there are multiple issues from the telecoms part. I would say that they have to make heavy investment to upgrade to the 5G, and the current tariff prices are very low to make them upgradation. And from the consumer's point of view, I would say that they are not very enthusiastic about paying a lot of money for upgrading to 5G.
But then consumer demand would actually drive the prices. That is why telecoms are worried.
Yes, ma'am. So in the metropolitan cities or where the consumers can afford it, there the 5G will be in very much use, or industries can go for 5G. Or even when we have driverless car or various systems operating on
Internet of Things,
then definitely the use will go up. But currently now 4G system has very well revolutionized even the rural India, and there we need to keep the tariff rate low.
You are from Bihar, and we have seen a female chief minister in Bihar. While in if I can use the term progressive or educated or literate states like Kerala hasn't seen a female chief minister. Do you think Bihar is empowering its women faster vis-a-vis Kerala or other such states?
It has both aspects, ma'am. Like I would say that in Bihar, menstrual leave was given to women in the 1990s, and even today most of the state governments don't give. And other than that, there are reservations, like in most of the government jobs in Bihar there is 30 or 33% reservation given to women. Other than that, government has started the policy of giving bicycle to the women who go to school. Yes, ma'am. So
and Bihar has also been very ambitious about banning alcohol for benefit of women.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my last question to you. Can you tell me what percentage of our last budget has been for gender budgeting?
No, ma'am. I'll look into it later. But it was very less.
It was very less?
Yes.
Okay. Single digit, double digit?
Single digit, I would say.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhakar.
Prabhakar.
Yes.
You have worked with IOCL.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what do you understand by this term arm's length pricing?
Yes, sir. Sir, if there are two companies involved like Reliance and Tata, then they are not each other's subsidiary, then they may charge the market price.
Can I say that there should be no conflict of interest?
Yes, sir.
Something like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you have this interest in following the politics of Pakistan. So who is Maulana Diesel in Pakistan?
Maulana Diesel is a politician, and currently he is the leader of Pakistan Democratic Movement, sir.
What's his name? And why this diesel in his this connotation about diesel?
Sir, his name is probably Muzabbir Rahman, sir. I am not able
No, please look it up.
And sir, diesel, because it is said that he was involved in selling or smuggling diesel on the border area, sir.
When?
Sir, in the past, not currently, sir. When Taliban ruled.
Okay, what is this Naya Pakistan?
Yes, sir. Prime Minister Imran Khan had promised Naya Pakistan, means when there will be a change from the earlier style of ruling, there will be less corruption and there will be a state of welfare, sir, in which common people have access to the facilities of the government provided by the government, sir.
Okay, recently this BIMSTEC summit was held.
Yes, sir.
Where was it held?
Sir, Sri Lanka, Colombo, sir.
Colombo. And Sri Lanka is facing a severe economic crisis. So what are the factors responsible for that?
Sir, currently the forex reserve of Sri Lanka has been dwindling, sir. Sir, and many factors contributed to it, like very abruptly the Sri Lankan government brought organic farming, sir, and they had to import a large amount of organic manures for that. Other than that, their export also reduced because they could not export the products. And sir, they are heavily dependent on tourism sector, and due to COVID, sir, it has been affected. They have also.
So there have been some fears expressed that India may also go down the Sri Lankan path. India may also face such economic crisis. What is the reason for such a thing, that or possible reasons that such a eventuality may happen?
Sir, there are some concerns, like we also have high debt, sir, and other than that inflation has been rising. But sir, however, I do not very much agree with this proposition, sir.
Do you think this freebie culture, subsidies and reducing the tax rates, all of this is helpful for the government, or it may lead to a situation like Sri Lanka?
Sir, in India we already have FRBM Act, so sir, there is a limitation to how much the government can give in freebies, sir.
Okay, my final question to you, and this is about science fiction. You like science fiction. So do you think this Indian serial Shaktiman, it will qualify as science fiction in your eyes?
To some extent, yes, sir.
But why this Indian science fiction is not so well made, and it is like anybody watching finds it difficult to believe, whereas what Hollywood makes, one is forced to have this suspension of disbelief.
Yes, sir.
So why this?
Sir, most important aspect is how much there is box office collection, sir, so that investor would spend in the production based on that, sir. In India, box office collection is less compared to the.
So blame would go to the people?
Sir, in India per capita income is not that high that we can spend that much amount. Other than that, one factor, sir, I would say in India movies are made such that the whole family can watch together, sir. But in the foreign countries, they even make movies for the specific target audience, sir.
Okay, thank you. So,
Prabhakar,
yes,
as you are aware, this caste census exercise is underway in the country. One of the states has demanded to include your caste census also as a component of this exercise. Do you support this idea of caste census?
Sir, Supreme Court on many occasions has said that, sir, there should be a census or there should be a data based on which reservation is given, sir, so that we know that which caste constitutes how much population, and based on that we can give reservation. And other than that, sir, we would be able to know how much resources is distributed where, sir, so that reservation and other, even the government can target its policies better, sir. But sir, currently there are issues like in India there are multiple castes which are spelled differently or pronounced differently. So central government has said that it finds it very difficult to conduct the census.
What is your view? Do you support it or not?
Sir, if the government is able to rectify this problem, sir, that how the castes are spelled or pronounced, and in a very accurate manner it is able to conduct, then yes, sir, it should be done.
Okay, one last question before you let you go. Prabhakar, what is the meaning of your name?
Sun, sir.
Sun. Tell us at least 5 synonyms of sun in Hindi.
Sir, Surya, Suraj, sir, Bhaskar, Divakar, Dinkar, sir.
Only 4 or 5? You have counted 5?
Surya, Suraj, Bhaskar, Dinkar, Divakar.
Okay. Thank you very much. Your interview is over. You may go now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sit, Prabhakar. How was your experience, Prabhakar?
Sir, it was good, sir. Questions were asked from all the portions of the depth, sir, and current scenarios also, sir.
How was your performance? Have you evaluated your performance?
Sir, I already knew that I am very much not comfortable in English, sir, so I need to improve that.
No, it's not a question of English. Communication skill is all right. There's nothing to feel
But
sorry
I
about it.
stutter at times, or I keep thinking about some word which I am going to speak, sir.
Okay, I mean, you have given your choice, English as your choice, isn't it? This is you on your own volition you have, and you should not feel any sorry about it.
Sir,
at this stage.
but my optional and graduation is in civil engineering, sir. I can hardly answer anything in Hindi, sir.
First of all, dispel this idea, remove this idea from your mind that your English is weak.
Okay, sir.
If you go with this idea, it will impact your performance. As long as you are able to communicate with the board members, the purpose is served. You should never ever admit before anybody that you are weak in certain areas, particularly in the areas of communication.
Okay, sir.
Never ever. Even if somebody asks you, don't be on defensive. And never ever utter such a word or such a language. That is rule number 1. You are a very, appear to be a very simple, humble person, sincere person with a lot of human qualities, man of integrity. Half an hour we tried to interact with you. You are by and large, your qualities are very good. So you have discussed various issues and we found you okay, various issues. You answered questions very clearly, confidently also at times. 2-3 things we wanted to tell you by way of suggestion. One, when you entered, so your hands were put behind your back.
Behind, yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
that is not acceptable. That is not acceptable. You should, as you enter, as a confident boy, as a confident man, isn't it? You are going to face the best interview of your career. So you have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. So be happy, be positive, keep a smiling face. I could never see a smile on your face,
yes, sir,
throughout half an hour, out of nervousness or what, I don't know.
No, sir, it's that I'm excessively focused on my words or English, sir. At times, I've been practicing earlier also, and I know
but your
this.
demeanor, this side doesn't know.
Yes, sir.
What is going inside your mind?
Yes, sir.
What is brewing inside your mind? So, to an outside person, you should look very happy, positive, because this is a huge opportunity in your life, isn't it? So that has to be shown in your personality. This is a test of your personality, not the test of your knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it? And how we test your personality? When you ask you questions, try to put you under pressure, try to understand from you what you know about your general awareness, what you know about the contemporary developments. That's all. That's how you know whether you speak a lie, whether you are an argumentative person. So 2, 3, 4 things. Energy level I said at the very outset, you have to increase your energy level. You should look very, enthusiastic, with radiance in your face, as I say. And then you should never be defensive about anything. Then Pakistan is your creation. You have indicated in your hobby, isn't it? You have to be extremely thorough about it.
Yes, sir.
You are not expected to be tentative on Pakistan. Sir, I know something, but I don't remember this. Diesel and all. Every Tom, Dick and Harry knows about this name Diesel. And you are supposed to be an expert on this because you are a hobby in this. So you should be it should be there on the tip of your tongue. Yes, so that has to be there. Pakistan, there is a lot of time to brush up on Pakistan. Science fiction also, because these are areas indicated by you only. You read more on that. Answers were arm's length business. You have worked in the IOCL. So your answer was not precise, you did try to convey, but still, if such questions are asked, try to be more specific. If you are able to, you knew it, but you could not explain it properly. Then so many areas are there. I mean, to by way of illustration, I told you about this. Then you are a civil engineer. When you talk of bridge and foundation is one of your hobby areas. So you can't be mixing both. That is, a well is there, inside the well there is a this thing. So there are two different technologies. You know much better than any other person. There are two different technologies. You created a blunder there.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So you should not, in your area, you should not create a blunder. Why well foundation is done in your perennial rivers? Why it is not done in radial rivers? These things you should be fully aware.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it? Otherwise, your performance has been very good, and you are a very good candidate for the civil service, I must tell you. And very sober person, very humble, very polite person. What you lack is smile, confidence, and never ever utter a negative statement about yourself or about your choices. Whatever you are doing, you should be loving that. Whatever you want to do, you should be loving that also. Isn't it? And anything you want to ask further from what we have told you?
Sir, so this is smiling problem, sir. Sir, how to?
You have to work. I can't smile for you. You have to work. I work very hard for that. You see, this is.
Sir, I knew about this beforehand, but sir.
No, this is your interview, and you have to speak to yourself. You have to convince yourself. Why can't I smile? I must smile.
Are you smiling?
Where there is a will, there is a way. Isn't it? So you develop that will, that it should not be artificial smile. It should, but it should not be very your reticent type of face also, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
तो वो glummy face हो जाता है. फिर लगता है this fellow he thinks why I come for this interview. I shouldn't have come. It should not be. Okay.
All the best.
All the best. Chalo.
Thank you.